Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, Kail Lowry, did she or did she not just have a baby? There have been so many hints dropping the past 10 months, and it all started with her ex jump off and third baby daddy, Chris Lopez. He went on Twitter many months ago and he claimed that she was trying to get physical with him when she's got a stomach to protect, which we all, of course, took as she had a baby in her stomach, a bun in the oven. And so, ever since, we've been listening very, very, very intensely as Kail pretty much told on herself podcast episode after podcast episode. And now it appears as though things have finally hit the fan and been exposed for good. Because look, a teen mom viewer by the name of Kitty Jakers uncovered what appears to be a registry at the bump for Kail and Elijah. You guys, let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it from the top. Remember, but I'm just gonna lay the timeline because I really don't like when people come in the comments and they go, oh, it's not nice to speculate about this because of her weight. I'm sorry, but the weight has almost nothing to do with it at this point. It's just a series of hints, starting with Chris's tweets, then him going on Instagram around late November, telling her to admit to having a baby, and then she on her podcast talking about things like having to cut out coffee, having to cut out Botox, no longer dyeing her hair, having problems. What do you call this when you have like bladder problems or whatever? Incontinence problems, just like a bunch of issues. She recently started talking a lot about wanting to get her tubes tied in November, which lined up to the timeline based on Chris's tweets and everything else that would be around when she would have had her baby. And now look, this has been uncovered by a teen mom viewer. So obviously, when you look at the registry, you do not see Kail Lowry's name anywhere. All you see is Natalie Scott. It says Natalie Scott and Natalie Scott's registry. So who is Natalie Scott? Well, when you combine the first name of Kail's longtime nanny, Natalie, and the last name of her alleged fourth baby daddy, Elijah Scott, you get Natalie Scott. And that's exactly what Kitty Jakers said that she did in order to pull up this registry. So to me, it does make sense that they would hide the name of this registry because obviously the Teen Mom fans would have pulled up her real registry like if she used her own name a long time ago. You guys are super sleuths, right? And so it does make sense that to throw people off, but still have like something where like friends and family would like understand it and recognize it, mix the names together. Natalie Scott. Because Natalie and Scott are both very common names. No one would really think of it. It would be easier than going Elijah, Natalie, or whatever. So I thought that this was actually quite a clever way to go about things. Mind you, if you look at the due date listed on the registry, it says that the baby was originally due for December 5th of 2022. But if you recall, Kail recently in an Instagram live said that she did not have a baby ... in December, which would mean what? It came early. It came in November. So I do have to tell you guys this, and I'm actually going to share my screen so that I could show you. But since the registry was unearthed yesterday, the website page has been taken down, which is fine because again, the items were already purchased and the baby was already delivered. It's fine at this point. But while we're here, because we're interested, we're nosy, we like to look around, let's take a look at some of the items on the registry. So there was a pram of sorts, there was a little fan, a little fanny pack for mom to carry what I presume to be nappies and stuff like that, wet wipes, you name it. There's a little diaper changing station, just a bunch of like random little items that you would imagine. A little bouncy thing for the baby and this swing, the famous swing. So these are screenshots I actually took myself yesterday when I went on the website because it was up yesterday. It's just that with all the speculation, they were like, oh, let me take it down. But do you recognize this swing, the third one? Let me pull up a photo to refresh your memory in case the answer is no. So in the back of this video that Kail shot on her TikTok page just a couple of days ago is this exact swing. So that to me is a really good indication and confirmation that this is it and this is her. I know there's a lot of controversy around her even having a baby registry in the first place. I personally like, looking at some of these items, like really like the breastfeeding pillows and stuff like that, and then like some of these jumpy things. And it just feels like a lot. Kail makes a lot of money. She already has 4 other boys. And the oldest brother for this child, mind you, the baby registry says that it's a boy. Does indicate that it's a boy. I don't understand why she would need a registry, but she does that every time. With each kid, there was a registry. I believe baby showers and whatnot as well. Like I said the same thing when Creed was born. Why did she have a baby registry or whatever shower for Creed when his older brother Lex was only 2 years older than him? Would she not have just used like the hand-me-downs or whatever? That's a little bit greedy in my personal opinion, but I digress. I know some people do also say, on the other hand, to play devil's advocate, perhaps Elijah's family would have wanted to help with some of these things. I can definitely see that, but I don't know. Like, does she, like, what did she do with all of these kids? You don't have a blanket from Creed, who's only 2 years old. You don't have the breastfeeding pillows either. All right, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know. Something about it just seems a little bit off to me, but I digress. Not my 5th baby, not my 4th baby daddy. Or is it not my clown, not my circus? I forgot how it goes. So anyway, guys, there it is. I don't know how this girl did it. Decided to go dig around, combine these names together, and end up over there. And to me, like, between the baby swing being the exact same baby swing that we saw in the background of her recent TikTok video, and then the page being deleted like immediately thereafter, it's pretty confirmed. And then the date and stuff lining up with when she would be having the baby and whatnot, like, I gotta say. And that's not everything. When we go back to all the other information that has come out, like I said earlier, the pausing Botox for a couple months, pausing coffee for a couple of months, stopping to dye her hair for a couple of months, suddenly having a problem with her bladder, like just everything kind of points in the same direction. And now the question just is, how long is she going to keep this a secret for? No one knows. I said, because I was talking about this earlier with my friends on TikTok, but I think that the soonest that she would reveal this information potentially would be February 14th for me. Her announcing that this is her newest Valentine or something like that. But the latest, I don't know, she might even take a full year to announce and reveal. Who really knows at this point? But I think that there is a lot of anxiety around like the shame of being only 30 years old, having 5 kids by 4 different men and whatnot. Like, I'm sorry, you guys, but that's heavy. That's a lot. And that carries a huge, 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 huge stigma. So I could totally understand why she's taking her time before she opens herself up officially for the line of fire. One thing I do want to say, though, is that in my opinion, I feel as though she has been kind of driving and thriving off of some of the speculation that's been coming out. Like, she doesn't have to say and drop these hints that she's saying and she's dropping, but she's choosing to do them anyway, knowing what they will lead to. So I don't think that Kail necessarily wants people to stop guessing here and there. I think that it's great for her, drives engagement and whatnot. And you know what I wanted to add as one of the last clues is how for the past 9-10 months, she's been hiding her belly. But then all of a sudden, around the time when she would have had the baby, now she's showing off her full body, not hiding behind kids, not hiding behind tables or anything like that in her photos. She's really playing cat and mouse with people. So I think there's something there. I think that there is something there, but we're going to have to wait. Oops, we're going to have to wait and see officially. But in the meantime, let me know what you guys think. Does the baby registry, if you were on the fence about this rumor, does the baby registry confirm things for you? Or do you think it's someone trolling around, just trying to cause controversy by creating a fake one? But when you look at the registry, you guys, a lot of these items were purchased. So if someone like trolled and made one, I don't think that there would be any purchases on it. But Kail's was pretty much completely purchased. There were still some items that were available, but even this, I'm like, really, you don't have like one of these strollers from your 2-year-olds that you just had? Like, I don't know. Anyway, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions before I digress too much in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.